Well, hello again, and thanks once more for returning to my classic dirt bike TV channel. Now, in this very short clip, we're going to take a look at another very nice Maico twin shocker from the Raymond Thomson collection. Now, you may remember that we featured another of Raymond's bikes just recently that had the blue plastics fitted, and this next featured bike is another of Raymond's interpretations, and this time, of course, it's decked out in these yellow plastics. But basically, the chassis is still based around the original 1981 Maico Mega 2, although the 500 motor is obviously from the later 83 or 84 model. Now, obviously, the bike is not a fully original Maico machine, as it has quite a few trick parts fitted to it, including that nice alloy swing arm and a completely different exhaust and tailpipe, and it also has replacement alloy brake backplates, and of course the original Maico hubs on the front and rear have also been machined and then polished to remove the original Maico ribs. Now again, the front forks are basically your 1981-82 front suspension units, which in their day were pretty good for an old 80s twin shocker, although they did have limited scope for adjustment by adding or removing air through the Schrader valves at the top of each fork leg. Now, the bike's rear suspension is a pair of top quality Swedish made Öhlins piggyback units, and as far as suspension systems go for an older twin shocker, in my personal opinion, you just can't buy better, although naturally, of course, other suspension systems are available for these older twin shockers, but Raymond has spared, of course, no expense in going for the best that he can afford. Now, as I mentioned, the Maico motor is from the older 83 or possibly even the 84 model, and these again were pretty awesome power plants with their reed valve induction fuel system. It looks like Raymond's also appears to have swapped the standard Bing carburetor for a more modern Japanese Mikuni. Now again, a replacement air filter box in alloy this time to replace the original plastic item, and also gone on this more modern motor is the older primary chain that used to connect the crank to the clutch, as this has now been updated with this more user-friendly gear driven setup. Now, the exhaust again is a replacement item from Maico only, which strangely this time isn't chromed as they normally do, but it's still a very good quality upgrade on the original. Now, the tailpipe is from PFR, that's Pro Form Racing, and these alloy tailpipes are very good quality from this company, and certainly a better upgrade than the original steel item. Now, a plastic fuel tank, of course, in yellow, and once more this has been decked out in Raymond's Mad Max logo, although I think these days Raymond has now substituted that particular logo with something brand new. Now, the bike also has a pair of billet alloy replacement top and bottom fork yokes on the machine, and I can see that a decompressor is also fitted on that left hand side of the handlebars just to aid starting that quite high compression 500 Maico two-stroke motor. Now, a nice alloy replacement swing arm as opposed to, of course, an original steel item, and you can also see how the original Maico hubs have had the ribs machined off and then polished, which kind of tells me that these were again more than likely supplied by Maico only. Now, I'm not entirely sure as to what the advantages would be to this kind of upgrade, but I think it was more to do with the aesthetic looks of the bike rather than any practical application. Although again, I expect that's what makes these older Maicos so popular as classic or vintage racers, as there's just absolutely nothing that you can't do with these bikes. And with the amount of spare parts and upgrades that you can now buy for these machines, you can put your own personal mark on your particular race bike, as Raymond has done here. But for me personally, in the past, I've come across black Maicos, white Maicos, blue Maicos, orange Maicos, and I even seen a 490 Maico decked out in green livery. So when it comes to colour choices, the sky's the limit with these bikes. But of course, many of you die-hard Maico owners would never dream of any other colour than the original 1981 490 Maico Red. But with all that in mind, this is still another belter of a bike from the Raymond Thomson collection, and just another of the quality machines that he gets to play around on at the weekends. So there you have it, another nice 500 two-stroke Maico 20, this time of course decked out in yellow livery. So I hope you enjoyed this very short look at another of Raymond's machines. Now coming up soon, we have some brand new bikes coming to my channel, so remember to hit that subscribe button, because that way you'll receive a notification immediately each time I upload a brand new video.